So okay, in this video we will be seeing the PHP deserialization, and we will be doing the ports figure wraps. And let's look at this PHP serialization format. So up to now we have seen the Python serialization format, and even though you decoded the cookie, even though you decoded the actual string, you get some strings or some binary data. You can't make any sense of it because you need to load that serialized data, and you need to view the loaded data. So that's how you need to do in the Python, but in PHP you don't need to do that. You can just decode whatever it's there in cookie or in the post body. So you can just view this one, and here you can see there is a user object, and this user object has the two attributes, name and is logged in. So the name is Carlos and is logged in is true. And when serialize this object, so this will be converted to this form. So don't worry about this syntax. So the first one is object, and 4 is the length of this object string. So you can see here user is 4 characters long, so that's why the length of this string is 4. And here this 2 indicates the number of attributes this object has, that is 2 attributes. And here you can see the 2 attributes, the name and is logged in. So this S is type of the string with the 4 characters name, and the value is separated by colon. Of course everything is separated by colon, but you can just divide this one, it's the object attribute, and the remaining one is object value, attributes value. So the string with the 6 characters Carlos. So this is the name of this object user, and the attributes are separated by semicolon. Here you can see this is the first attribute, and the following one is second attribute, and the second attribute name is with the string of the length 10 characters, and the value is logged in. That is the name of the attribute, and the value of this one is b1, so boolean 1. So 1 in the sense true. So that means whenever this web server sees this is logged in as 1, so that means Carlos user has already been logged in. So you can change this to true 0, so then it will ask for login prompt, because it will be recognized as the not logged in, so that's why it will show you the login prompt. So that is the explanation of this object here. So the object name always preceded by the length of this string, and the 2 attributes name and is logged in, and the value is for the name is Carlos and is logged in is 1. So in Java we cannot see in the plain text format, so it is serialized into binary format, but you can see the magic bytes are ACED in hexadecimal and R, so we don't need in base64, so ACED in hexadecimal. So you can open up hex editor, and if you can see the value, it will be ACED, and the function that makes the Java serialization is read object, and it belongs to the class java.io.serializable. So we'll be seeing one exercise modifying object attributes. So we have this one, so you can see is admin 0, so the web server can check whether this username is admin or not. So by simply changing this value to 1, we can make ourselves admin. So let's go and do this lab. So I think they have given a login account. You can see Wiener and Peter. So let's go and log in. And after that you can go and see the cookies, what cookies you have. You have one session cookie, and you can see this is URL encoded. So instead of that, what we are going to do is, let's intercept this one, send this to repeater, and here you can see the session cookie. So select all this, and you can see in the right side it will be decoded from URL encoding. So you can also specify HTML or base64. By default it will identify as URL encoding, because first it will be URL encoded, sorry, the last encoding will be URL. So that's why it will be decoded from URL encoding first, and it will be converted from base64. So you can also view the contents here, but for our easy visual appearance, so we'll be going and say URL decoder in the search bar and paste the contents here and click on decode. Now you can see the last one is equals to, so the most times it could be base64 string. So paste here and click on decode, and now you can see, so you can see this is the actual data that is being serialized. Now go and paste here. Now you can see the user object have two attributes. One is username and the value is winner, and the second one is admin 0. So is admin, so admin value, let's go and change this to 1. So if you are going to change the length of this admin, so that means if you want to add some value, you need to change the length of this string here also, otherwise it's gonna give you error. So we are changing this 0 to 1, so admin is equals to 1. So let's copy this. So we will first base64 encoding, and then we are going to encode this in URL. So simply it will encode the special characters, that is equals to 2%3d. Now delete this session cookie and paste the new session cookie, and now send this one. So you can see here admin panel, my account. So we have access to the admin panel, but we are still winner user. So let's go and remove this session cookie and paste the new one that makes us admin, and click on save. So we are the still winner user, but we are telling the web server that we are the admin. So the web server is validating our account using this one. So whether boolean value is 0, so you don't have admin usage, admin controls. If the boolean value is 1, so that means you are being treated as admin. So you can click on admin panel, so you can go and delete the cardless user. So this will be severe impact one. So we have already solved the lab. So in this way you can modify the values, and you can get the admin, or you can potentially delete any other user also. So this is the first lab, modifying object attributes. So next let's do this another one, modifying data types. So you can see here this sometimes the login credentials can also be sent using in the serialization format. So in that case, what PHP does is it will compare the username and the password, right? So the PHP has some loose comparisons. If you use the double equal to, so this can contain so many you can manipulate so many things. So let's take an example. 5 number integer is equals to 5 of something string. So the first one will be recognized as integer, and the whole string will be neglected, and this will be turned into 5 is equals to 5 as true. So you can see there is so much of insecurity here, and also you can see here 0 is equals to string. So the PHP checks the number of numbers in the right side string. Since there are 0 numbers in the string, so it will be treated as 0, and 0 is equals to 0, and we get the this comparison successful. So this is how the backend code. So unserialize of cookie. After unserializing this cookie, so we are checking the password is equals to already password, then login successfully. So let's go and do this lab also. So we have the account winner Peter. So let's go and access this. So let's also capture the request. Click on login, and okay, plain text formats. So forward. So let's go and see the cookie, and we have some big cookie. So you can copy this one, send this to repeater. So let's URL decode this. We get the basic issue for string, and let's decode this one also. Now we got some object. So this is how data is being serialized. User object, and have the two attributes. One is username and access token. So here you can see the value of access token will be compared with that value in the database or in the PHP script. So what you can do is when it is being comparison, you can simply change this to 0, and also the length of the string is 1. So 0 is also a single character, so that's why we have changed this length of the string to 1 and also the actual string to 0. So let's see this. So the first we need to encode this in basic64. So care should be taken when you are changing the values here. As soon as you change the value, you change the length of the string as well. URL encode this and paste this in our cookie and send the request. And now you can see uncaught exception access tokens. So here you can see, access token array has been leaked. Now you can go and paste the session value and hit enter, and you can see here the access tokens array has been printed out as an exception, because we have changed the value and comparison has been failed, and instead of the error message it has been exception. So what you can do is you can just copy these tokens. So paste the tokens here. Access token username is this one. A7E is for our winner user. So that remains the remaining first two. So you can copy this one, copy and paste the content here, and the length of this one is 32, because all access tokens will be of same length, and change this to administrator or admin. So we'll be trying two different combinations, administrator and admin. So copy this and also change this administrator length. So I suppose 13. So let's go and encode this one. So you don't need to URL encode this, because there are no special characters at the end. Even though you encode this, you get the same value. Now go and paste this one here, save this and reload the page. Okay, let's paste here. I don't know what went wrong. So what is the account? Administrator account. So internal server same. So that means this second one might be the administrator access token. So copy this and encode this one. So no need to URL encode, because we don't have is equals to at the end, and paste here and send this one. So now you can see we got the 200. Okay, and your username is administrator. Now you can go ahead and paste the cookie here and save this, redirect the page. So here you can see by changing the string value to some integer, we have raised an exception from the web server, and that exception has been leaked all of these access tokens array. So that's why, so we should get this. Okay, so what you can do is your username is administrator, and so okay, we got this. Click on admin panel, and you can go ahead and delete the cardless user. So okay, I don't know why this is very slow. So that's how you do it, and you can also change this one as well. You can raise the exception, and you can see what are the available usernames. So you can, so the this is very slow, so you can delete this one. So that's why all the exceptions should be caught, otherwise the data can be leaked and it can be used to gain unwanted access. So that's all for these labs, PHP deserialization. It is very simple to identify and also very so even though it's a readable form, you need to make sure everything is sent correctly to the server side.